Everybody, welcome back. Today we are hitting chest. Luckily, my rest day was right on the day of the freeze, and I just fell. As soon as I walked out the house, I think if I can get the clip from my mom on the Ring doorbell and everything, I can show y'all. But as soon as I left the house, I looked at the ice, looked at the snow on the ground, walked about 3 feet out, being very, very careful, immediately slipped and fell. It was funny. So now my left side behind is a little bit wet, and then right up here is a little bit wet. It'll dry off. It's nothing. We're hitting chest day, which is my favorite day. A lot of dumbbell pushing, a lot of dumbbell bench, and yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good day. I did revise it a little bit, so I keep seeing all these videos like you don't need to have like all these unnecessary like flat movements. And although I'm not gonna do upper lower obviously because I hate it, I hate the entire idea of it, even if it is more efficient, which I don't think it is because I just feel like okay, long rant time. Upper lower consists of one upper day, aka upper day A, then one lower day. Upper would be your chest, your tries, your shoulders, all of that stuff back. Lower is just a leg day. So you hit upper, then lower, rest, upper, lower, 2 rest days. Full recuperation. It allows for you to go gym 4 times a week, have 3 total rest days, which is really, really good. The problem is the volume. You have to do about 1 set per workout on upper days. Otherwise, you just run out of energy. There's too much stimulus, not enough motor units are able to be recruited for proper hypertrophy. It's just not that efficient. And I'm not the biggest fan of it, personally. So I like to do PPLA, which is push, pull, legs, arms, rest. I feel like it works. And I have a lot of stuff inside of it that allows me to like fully hit every single muscle group 2 times a week, which is most optimal for hypertrophy. But so many people, they just ride the upper lower split. I think it's a trend realistically. I think a lot of people think it's this messiah, it's this golden thing that allows you to have so much progress out of nowhere, and it's just not true. I mean, okay, let's look at the Ethan Wetzel thing. If anything in the fitness content, you've probably seen the whole Ethan Wetzel drama. There was this teenage guy who said he put on like 90 pounds in 1 year, 70 pounds in 1 year naturally. He competed in a bodybuilding show naturally. So he was photoshopping this picture, and he was riding the upper lower split. Now, a lot of his advice was really sound, but it's really hard for me to see it as sound and everything if you have to exaggerate your claims. You have to exaggerate your physique. You have to exaggerate your training that much. I mean, 90 pounds in 1 year, that's like impossible even for a steroided athlete. You would have to be fresh on steroids, be a hyper responder, be dialed in for exactly 1 year to gain 90 pounds. And it wouldn't be muscle. It wouldn't all be muscle. It's just not possible. So while I do think upper lower has some substance to it, it's not nearly as effective as PPLA in my opinion. And I just kind of see it that way. I feel like you need a dedicated arm day because your arms recover that much quicker. I feel like having a dedicated chest day and back day and, all of those days allow you to optimally hit those at their maximum potential. Put the push for the triceps and the pull for the bicep part at the end of the lift because you really want to focus on your back and your chest that day. And then having a dedicated leg day, we've always known that works. The hamstring and the quad are 2 of the biggest muscles of the entire body. The hamstring literally is. I mean, it is ginormous. And how do I explain this? You don't need to have a ton of like workouts for your legs. You need something to train your hamstring, something to train your quad, your calves, your adductor, and then maybe a compound movement. Maybe. You don't even need it really. It's good though. I like it. And then, yeah, that's about it really. It's really easy to program a split once you get started. It really depends on what your gym has. If you have a home gym, it's even more simple. As long as you progressively overload, as long as you have stability in those exercises, and as long as those exercises, I guess, are good and they're like actually functional, like they provide a good stretch, they provide a good peak, they provide good mechanical tension throughout the lift, it's fine. It's great. feel like it's a really, really simple topic that people are really overcomplicating in the eyes of science-based lifting. And science-based lifting has truly revolutionized lifting as we see it today. And to say science-based lifting is all just a bunch of fallacies and none of it's true and all of it just completely incorrect is just, it's hogwash, really. I mean, without science-based lifting, we wouldn't be nearly as big as we are today. And people go, oh, what about Ronnie Coleman? What about Arnold and all those people who are absolutely huge? Even some of the size of today's bodybuilders, those people had the most elite genetics in reality ever. If you look up Ronnie Coleman natural, it is the most insane genetics you've ever seen in your entire life. If you look up Mike Menser natural, you look, not really him, more so Lee Priest natural, you look up Dorian Yates or Jay Cutler natural. These people were behemoths. They had a massive amount of muscle. Stuff that nowadays would be 100% like, oh, this guy's not natty whatsoever. But back then, it was fine. And then they hopped on steroids. Everyone saw, wow, they were natural. Not only were they natural, but they were insane. Their physiques, their methodology of training, it didn't matter compared to their physiques because they had such insanely good genetics that they were able to fully put everything into just, I don't even know what to say here. I mean, it's an otherworldly level of genetics. And genetics plays such a massive role in bodybuilding. It plays a role between, and yes, if you do have bad genetics, you can still do bodybuilding. You can still lift weight. But you're not going to be able to compete in that top tier. You're not going to be able to win the Olympia. You're not going to be able to become the strongest power lifter or strongman in the world. You'll get close. You'll get really strong if you dedicate your life to it. But genetics matter. They always have. And that's what kind of scares me a lot about bodybuilding, is that what if I don't have good enough genetics? What if I am subpar in a way? What if everything I've ever done in my life towards the gym, towards my dream, has just been for nothing because I didn't get that chance. I wasn't lucky enough to have the genetics for it. Kind of makes me sad. But I guess we'll never know unless I give it my everything. So even if it wasn't all worth it, I never get to achieve my maximum dream, I know I tried. And maybe that's not enough for me, but it's close. I'll see y'all in the gym. Let's go. You're good. How many go for it?
I was told I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. I was told I wouldn't be a good pro. I was told I'd never turn pro, never win the Olympia, I never win it more than once. After I lost it, they said that I'd come back and win it again. Because you got to be a little mental, I think, to do what I did. I don't want to sound crazy, but you have to be a little fucked up. The fucking mindset of getting up every day and pushing yourself. And you're eating 12 to 16 ounces of meat, 100 to 150 grams of carbs every meal, and you're doing that 7 times, and you do it day in, day out. You got to have a very simple mindset. You can't be social, you can't be out doing a lot of other activities. So you put on the blinders and you have tunnel vision on what that ultimate goal is. For me, I just love to train. That's what separated me from most guys. There was times where I almost passed out training. I'm lunging with 225 on my back in the parking lot, and I remember just okay, no one else is doing this, so I'm gonna do it. And that was my mindset. That was how I mind fucked everybody else. So I used to train in the middle of the night because no one else was doing it. I was always on track with everything. I mean, everything was structured. I lived in a fucking box in order to be the best. I mean, I had no outside. People call me with their problems, I'd hang up on them. The phones were off. Don't bother me with negative shit. And I just went at it. That's all I cared about. That was what my life was like. It was go full fucking throttle every day. That discipline was there. I always tell everyone it wasn't about the body, it was about the mind at first. But I trained my ass off. everyone's like, Jay's never going to come back. Even my own sponsors, some of them were like, I mean, even Flex turned against me, you know, Alan Donnelly, and like they weren't confident that I was going to come back, and I had a chip on my shoulder about that. I mean, I lost support of everyone. You know, when you talk about someone's downside and, you know, people not believing in you, that I was the victim of that. You know, everyone gave up on me. Staying motivated in a routine and also staying on a strict diet. Pretty much you have to have the discipline. I mean, you have to fit your bodybuilding lifestyle into your current lifestyle. And let's be honest, seeing improvements is going to be a motivating factor for anyone. That's really what gave me the drive and the motivation. Anyone that's good at something obviously strives to be better and better. They want to see how far their potential actually goes, and I think that's the same thing with trying to see what the weight training, of course, getting your body in the right kind of condition, whether it be a bodybuilder competitively, just to be fit or basically to lose body fat. I think anything in progression and success is going to give you that edge.
Okay, so y'all may be curious why I went from doing 95s and on incline dumbbell and 90s on flat bench and everything to 60 pounds on dumbbell shoulder press. Exhaustion. Now, I want you to imagine something else. If I had done 3 sets of incline dumbbell and then 3 sets of flat bench, and then I had done 1 set of shoulder press, imagine how much more my weight would have decreased. That's fatigue as a principle. And that's why I'm so against the 3 sets of 10 or 12. It is unnecessary junk volume. After the second set, you're like getting like 2% more gains. Oh, but you don't want to leave stuff on the table. It's 2%. You're leaving more stuff on the table later by fatiguing yourself early on, and it's completely useless in the long run. So because of that, I would just completely suggest taking out that 3rd set and just focusing really hard on those 2 sets, going to failure, or at least like 1 or 2 RIR, and really pushing yourself. That way you're not so fatigued. You can do more weight throughout your entire lift, and you can get more gains overall.
Okay, so from now on, I'm going to be completely altering my tricep training. Well, not completely. A lot of the components are going to stay the same, especially the key ones, but there's going to be a lot of differences in it as well. So, for example, I used to have this movement that I'm doing right now, and I'm going to be getting rid of that, and I'm going to be exchanging it for either a straight bar push down or a single arm push down with a rope extension as well. That way I can truly like bias the triceps because I feel like they're not getting trained enough. I'm also going to stick to more JM press and skull crushers, and I will also still do the tricep machine press as a compound movement, but in general, I feel like my triceps are not accelerating as fast as the rest of my body, and if I don't change something quick in training, they're going to fall a lot behind compared to the other muscle groups, and I would just rather not happen. So from now on, y'all will be seeing a lot of different tricep training compared to my normal stuff, and it's going to be a lot more, I guess, scientific because it's just, I can't grow them for anything, and I really need them to grow. So, see y'all.
Management adores me. I'm kind of a good guy here, you know, and everything. So they let me use the tanning room because I saw that it had good lighting and it had like a green background and it looked really cool. That might be one of the best videos I've ever taken. I'm gonna play that now and play some clips from that, and hopefully it looks good. I think it looks really good in here. I feel like I look really good, even though I'm like a little bit chunky right now because of the bulk and everything. But like, look at that lighting. I feel like it's pretty good. So see y'all for that posing. Hello everyone, another day, another dollar. I am heading home from the gym right now. A lot of really good stuff happened today. I hit the 95s on incline dumbbell bench. A lot easier than I thought it was actually. And I had pretty good depth. on it. Did some really good dumbbell practice and everything. and then it all went bad. As you can see, I was really fatigued, and I hit the 60s on shoulder press, which was not what I wanted to hit the 75s, but it wasn't in the cards for today, and that's okay. I also got a new posing area. Up till now, I've had 3: the parking lot, the bathroom, and oh, please don't crash into me. The parking lot, the bathroom, and what was the other place? That one posing area, the one, it's technically the posing room. It just has terrible lighting all over it. And now I have a 4th one, the tanning room. My prestige with the manager staff it's truly excelled over the past few days, and I couldn't be more grateful. And I'm so excited. It's so beautiful out right now. Like, you can kind of see the pink over there, but oh my Lord, it's beautiful. I'm having a really good day. I had a really good lift. I feel like chest was properly stimulated. I saw a lot of my buddies today. No Mark, obviously. He hasn't answered any of my calls today, actually. I was going to ask if you want to go hit chest today. But, we hit it anyways. It was good. I'm going home to eat my meal prep chicken that I made at 2 o'clock in the morning last. I really need to get my sleep in check. My sleeping schedule has been so bad lately. I don't know if it's because of all the breaks or if it's like winter time, but I've been staying up till like 3 a.m. consistently every single night, and it's terrible for my sleep health. Plus, sleep is directly correlated to your testosterone. So if you're getting bad sleep, then your testosterone is going to be pretty low, and you're not going to be getting as much muscle, which really matters. What else happened today? Oh, I thought this guy was about to pass me on the road. No, other than that, lift was good, but there was these 3 people. I kept having to move my camera, which is completely fine. It's a public gym and everything. But they would stay on a machine for 45 minutes straight. And then I move over to a machine. And then they'd move over to the one right next to me. And they kept trying to start conversation, which is completely fine. Completely fine. But they would keep interrupting. So when I said, hey, I'm actually filming, and I tell them, and they're like, oh, yeah, of course. And then they'd walk right up, so I had to refilm a whole bunch of stuff. Good thing they were mostly warm-up sets and everything. It's completely fine that people want to be social and everything, but I feel like there's such a caveat with filming in the gym. Because I've gotten permission from the managers, you're completely allowed to film in there. If someone says, hey, you can't, you just ignore them or everything. But I like to be kind. If someone says, hey, I don't want to be recorded, I'm not recording you. I'm not going to do that to you. I respect your privacy. I respect your rights just as much as I hope people respect mine. But at the same time, if you're filming and you purposely walk in front of a camera just because you don't like cameras, you're like, oh, and then you go up to them after, like, I was in the camera, you have to delete the clip, and then they keep doing it, like come on, really? Like, really? Lucky enough, that didn't happen today, but the end of the night it did, whenever I was filming that legs video. A very chill leg day. And it sucks. It sucks when people come up to you and say all that stuff. It's annoying, man. But, yeah, overall, really good lift. Yesterday, the snow was amazing. Obviously, I couldn't work out. It was a rest day, too. But all the roads were iced. We made a very, very big snowman. Me and my sister had a snowball fight. I lost really badly, actually. I might even play that snowball fight at the end of the video. Oh, I lost really badly. She, socked me straight in the jaw with it, straight in the back. Yeah, no, I lost brutally. But with that being said, there's nothing really to talk about today. I mean, the lift was really good. Everything was really good. I feel fulfilled. I'm going to go home, watch some Trent Twins because they have some videos I haven't watched. And then, yeah, just chill. Yeah. I hope everyone did well in the freeze. I know it wasn't as bad as the one 3 years ago, but I hope everyone stayed safe. Everyone was, good during that. And have fun. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, pretty please. I'm almost at 40 subscribers, which is my biggest mile mark ever. And I want to hit 40 subscribers with every ounce of my being. So please, at least one person, please subscribe. And y'all have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.